My lawyers would like for me to read the following statement. Hi, my name is Chris, and I love finding bad movies on Netflix and Amazon. I fully admit that the movies I discuss are bad, but I often detail that there is usually a small part of the movies that make them worth watching. This is done in an attempt to further the culture of, shall we say, drunken bad movie parties. And it is in that spirit that I'd like to issue an apology to the the creative and oh God, no, I'm not saying that. Okay, fine. I'll say it. Just put the cattle prod down. Okay, I'll say it. Jesus. To the creative and talented people behind the silencer, I'd like to say sorry. Because not only did I find a movie that was worse, it was on YouTube, I paid for it, and it's the worst movie I've ever seen this week. Today's feature is, I don't even really need these, I can see fine without them. I don't even know why I have them. Today's feature is Our House, in the middle of our street, directed by Anthony Scott Burns. Now, insulting this movie is easy. I've got fat stacks of ace non sequiturs just aching to be released in this movie's direction. Let's find one at random here. Here's a good one. This movie moves at a sluggish pace. I showed it to my 5-year-old cousin. By the time the film was over, he was 22 years old, had a drinking problem, and was sleeping on my couch. So am I recommending that this film be watched in the same vein as all the other films I've discussed on this show? Not quite. You see, if you're going to delve into this house of horrors with me, I need only the best and the brightest. You need to know what's expected of you. This isn't for entertainment. Because what we're doing is an autopsy. Now, maybe not an autopsy. I mean, if there's one thing I learned from my ex-girlfriend, who was a medical examiner, she taught me a lot of things about myself as a person, but I think one of the most useful nuggets of knowledge that she bequeathed unto me was that autopsies take quite a long time. So thank you. Next. For this, it was more like we're just kind of casually viewing a dead body off from the side, peering over and just kind of going, ugh. Our House, is the story of Ethan. He's a super genius, but like a Wile E. Coyote super genius in that he's kind of a moron. He invents a piece of technology that creates wireless electricity.
We have wireless internet, so why not wireless electricity?
Yeah, sure. He spends all of his free time working on it, and as a result, he misses his little sister's swimming practice. And later that night, his parents get hit by a bus. Sorry. Now Ethan has to raise his little sister and his little brother by himself while working a garbage job. And by that I mean he works at a TV repair shop that has no TVs. Like, I think all they do is sell coax cables. His machine, quote-unquote, malfunctions by causing the energy in the atmosphere around it to manifest in the form of a ghost. Those goddamn bagools, they're at it again. So he begoogles his problem, and his young sister reveals that she's actually talking to her dead parents, and also a completely separate ghost named Alice. They found her in a tree. He finds out that Alice used to live in the house too, and she was the foster child of a man named Henry, who is also a ghost on the property. But he's a not nice ghost, so he must be purged. This means Ethan has to destroy his electricity machine, or else... or else. I take major issue with this movie for a multitude of reasons, but I think key among the flaws has to be the false advertising. This movie claims it stars Nicola Peltz, but she's in like 15 total minutes of it? Like, she appears for 2 scenes, stares blankly in both of them, and then absconds with 80% of the film's budget.
Just give it a second.
Also, I had watched like an hour of this movie, and I was really disappointed that no Paranormal Activity had happened, and then I looked at the clock and only 20 real minutes had passed. But by that point, I was long dead. You see, I'm currently a Bagul, and I am haunting this YouTube video. And if you want to be rid of me, all you've got to do is Google imaginary YouTube friends, and then take a baseball bat and smash your computer. But if you're watching this video on a phone, then you just take your baseball bat to the side of your own head.
Found you!
This has sort of devolved a little bit. I'd written a script for this video, but I did so in like a delirious, near-exhausted state. So, I mean, I wrote that bit with the lawyers. Did I even keep that in? I don't even think I wrote a payoff to it. I mean, kind of like Our House. Bum bum. No payoff in sight for anything that was set up. So thank you for watching this plot autopsy, a plotopsy, if you will. I don't recommend you watch this movie. It's quite bad. You know, unless you really want to get into it and you want to dissect it, like, thoroughly with, like, a critical lens, and you're not just looking to make sick jokes at its expense for the benefit of a few people here and there. Yeah, that's the only reason you should ever watch it. Meeting a Starburst. I got a pink one. I like the pink ones. They're tasty. If you like this video, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, the second one's a pink one too. I was kind of hoping this one would be another color, because then I could mix and match them like a chemist, you know? And maybe if you mix the different flavors of Starbursts in your mouth, that's how you invite the demons in, and how you get possessed by the Bagools. I could start a brand new horror franchise, but I got 2 pinks in the same little container, and I just swallowed it, so I guess this is a worthless experiment anyway. But anyway, if you like this video, you know what I'm going to ask you to do to prove it to me, right? Like, comment, subscribe, Patreon. And that's about it. So I hope to see you again for the worst movie I've ever seen. Not next week. See, I'm taking a little bit of a break from this series, even though it's only been going for like a month. I want to take a quick break from it so I can focus on some bigger projects that I want to dedicate some time to. Some pretty extensive videos, things like that. I think it'd be a good idea to minimize little video distractions, and we'll see what happens. Plus, it'll allow 2019 to actually get some time behind it and allow some garbage to come out. So. Glasses, do I look better with them or do I look better without them? I don't know. You know what? I think I look pretty goddamn fabulous no matter what. It's the hair. I do have some nice hair. I may not have a lot going for me, but this hair, ooh, lordy. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm like in the same near delirious state I was in when I wrote the script for this. So, I should probably go to bed.